Hello, everyone.
Hello again.
Hello.
Hello.
And welcome to
another episode of
This is the Circle Podcast.
My name is James.
It is your host, Philip.
my name is Daniel.
Like always, I'm here with my best friends.
All right, so today will be a pretty fun episode.
I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, goodbye.
Goodbye, party people.
See ya.
Welcome back to the Circle Podcast. My name is Philip. It's good to see you. Welcome if you're new here. We're just three dudes that, best friends and talk about shit. But today, we have a special guest. One of our favorite special guests on the show. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Wow.
The legend. She's back.
Now
I'm
live
back.
up to that.
I'm Caitlin. I think this is my fourth time on. Fourth time.
Yeah.
And I'm a good friend of James. And also now friends with Philip and Andy. Yeah. And
Heyo.
happy to be on again. It's been a while.
And then there's my two best friends, if they would like to introduce themselves. My co-hosts.
Hola. I'm Andrew, if you don't know me. I am one of three beautiful faces. Thank you for joining. If you're new here, thank you for giving us a listen, giving us a try. We hope you enjoy today.
Hello, world. My name is James. Welcome back. Make sure to follow us at the Circle Pod, Instagram, TikTok, Circle Podcast on YouTube. You know what to do. Slam that like button.
Smash that motherfucking like button.
Why are you being so aggressive?
I don't know. I'm just trying to get some energy.
Oh, bring the energy in?
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks since you brought that.
I'm getting tired.
Shotgun truly, dude.
Tired
I
all the time.
commented on that the other day too. I was like,
Yeah, last
energy
week's
levels very
episode.
low?
Yeah.
We were all just kind of like.
Well, fuck, this guy, just shows up. He's like, yeah, I don't have anything. Well, we
That
all
was-
thought it was going to be the same fucking topic.
Yeah, I was getting
Oh, last
prepared.
week, yeah.
Yeah. And this guy's like, I was thinking we could just shoot the shit, And I was like, oh, okay.
And you did because you talked about bidets and
We did.
Yeah.
and your poops.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Talked about Dookie.
It's kind of
Big
weird
doinks.
when we go on those tangents.
No, I think talking about poop should be normalized more. So I thought I appreciated it.
Yeah.
Everybody does it.
Oh, wow.
Everybody does it.
So a poop section. Like a poop segment?
That should be your segment, the poop segment.
The poop segment?
And you just share pictures of your the bowels you've passed the past week, and we can critique them.
Rate
Rate
them?
them?
Yeah.
Or
See if you need more fiber.
Yeah.
Or I could get some off the internet and get my own, and you guys got to guess which one's mine.
I like that idea. I like that idea.
You're nasty.
Which poop is Andy's poop?
But yes, today is my episode, and I gave these three the task of listening, throwing it back to the first time Caitlin was on the show, to the episode What's the Point, where James, and that current point of his life, was having an existential crisis.
Dude. Yeah.
And
that was
yeah,
funny hearing that because I forgot about that.
I wanted them to re-listen, and we'll just touch on the topic again, see where everyone's thoughts are at about the episode, about the subjects we talked about. Just go for it. But before that, me and James have a segment. Andy, do you have a segment?
Yes, sir.
Oh wow, Caitlin gets to play.
I'm excited.
Oh yeah.
Caitlin gets to play Andy's segment.
Cool.
But if you want to go first, James.
Sure. Nothing long, but this just in this morning, May 7th, 2021, this article explaining that LiveLeak, the internet's font of gore and violence, has shut down.
Okay. I was going to say I like where this is going, but now I don't.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
it's done.
No way.
LiveLeak is no more. The end of an era. So the founder, his name is Hayden Hewitt. He posted a YouTube video, and he's quoted stating, "The world has changed a lot over the last few years. The internet alongside it, and we as people. And then he said, everything's different now. Everything moves on. And then he says, I don't fucking like it. I liked it better when it was the Wild West. And then he was also quoted as saying that him and his team just didn't have it in them anymore to carry on fighting, and I'm assuming to stay online. So Live Leak is done. In its place, they launched something called Item Fix, but it'll ban users from uploading media containing excessive violence or gory content.
Wow.
So for those who don't know, Live Leak, it was just one of those web pages where you could find a bunch of like crazy videos, whether it was like accidents, shootings. I feel like a majority of it were like factory accidents from some like Eastern country companies.
Yeah, no OSHA.
Yeah.
Just like uncensored.
Yeah, completely
Yeah,
uncensored.
just fucking cartel beheadings and
Yeah, there's a lot of gory stuff. I've noticed though that they had been like, it wasn't like before, because I remember a few years ago when you go on Live Leak, you would see like disturbing things, and I know, like within these last couple of years, the few times that like we've been on it and stuff, it hasn't been as gruesome anymore. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing they were just, it was the inevitable, you know.
Yeah, it sucks, man. That was like a big staple of high school.
I never willingly went on that website,
I did plenty
and
of times.
I feel like I've barely watched any videos with you guys just because I don't fucking like watching that shit. So
Yeah.
I'm not hurt at all by this.
And I feel like, just to clarify, I myself watch stuff like that, similar to like what Andy has said numerous times. Like, you get humbled, you know, you get remembered, or you get reminded about your mortality, you know. But also, like, some of this stuff is like fascinating. Like, it's just interesting, like seeing like, yeah, like, you know what, there's all these rules for when you're working in a factory. Like, let me remind myself
Yeah,
why
let me see
these
why, let me
rules
see
are
why
in
these rules
place.
exist. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it shows you how well we have it here, you know, because we don't have to deal with any of that, you know.
Mhm.
Even like car accidents that you see, motorcycle accidents that are in other countries, you know, where people aren't wearing helmets and stuff, and they have like 10 people on the back,
Yeah.
and they just get decimated.
You see that video? It was in India, and it was like where a guy brake checked a truck, and the truck slammed the brakes, and like 15 people fell off the
Jesus
top.
Christ.
I have not seen that video.
No, I'll look that up later.
I thought
it was gonna be terrible, like the dude was gonna get ran over, but no, it was hilarious.
That's their first lesson in inertia, I guess.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you though, Caitlin, what are your thoughts on websites like that? Like, do you think that websites like that should be allowed to be on the internet, or do you think that there should be some level of censorship?
Answer wisely.
Oh.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I do think that there should be some kind of censorship, because I just think about the people who are in the videos, I guess, and it also kind of feels a little creepy to me. Like,
in what way? I would say I don't think the people in most of those videos are really alive.
gonna say,
no, okay, fair, but
Like, kind of respect.
just out
for
of
the
respect-
family or
yeah,
something?
Yeah, and it's almost like violence porn in a way of like, just why do you, and then just a lot of it in one place to consume. Just, I feel like that would mess with your mind, but like personally, you know. And also, I don't do gore. Even movies, I can do suspense. I can do scary movies or horror movies, but if there's a lot of gore, what are those movies like Saw?
Oh yeah.
Can't do it. Just too much. So, and also visual things like that really affect me. So I definitely wouldn't seek those out. Or if there's videos where, you know, I don't know if they can totally take them off, maybe like Twitter or Instagram or whatever, but they'll put a little sensitive thing on it where you can
like
choose
the
whether or
warning.
not to see it. most of the time I will not choose to look at it, just because.
See, that's what always gets me. I'm like, well, god damn it, you know,
Now
I gotta
you
see what it
now
is.
you gotta
Yeah.
see.
Because once I see something like that, it's really hard to get out of my head. So if there's people who think it's really interesting, then I think I just don't think it has to all be in one place, though. I feel like you could, if you really, I don't know.
Well, we're gonna sprinkle
Yeah, I
a
was
little
gonna
on
say
Twitter,
disperse it
sprinkle
everywhere.
a little on Instagram.
I think it's very grounding, you know, because like that's what a lot of people have to live with, especially in like these third world countries. There's a lot of violence and crime.
I think
know.
death is like this taboo thing here. You know,
Oh, definitely.
like
In
I feel like
Western
that's
culture,
something
yeah.
that people don't want to talk about.
I'd agree with that.
Definitely.
And I feel like it just happens every day, right? Like whether it be here or it happens very gruesomely to some people, you know. But that's what
Yeah.
life is.
Did you guys see that article that came out yesterday about reproductive rates in America?
That they're going down.
Mm-mm.
Well, that people are dying more now than people are being born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's like an all-time low.
yeah. It's funny that I think I remember mentioning this at some point, that there's a trend that the more what's the word? Like the more developed a country is, their birth rates actually decline.
Hmm.
And it seems like the countries that aren't as developed, those are the ones that actually have higher birth rates. I mean, I'm sure we see that like in the Hispanic side, like,
Yeah.
you know, my great grandparents had like 15, 17 kids, you know. They didn't have shit. There was no health insurance, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, my both my sides of my parents, my grandparents had like at least 7 or 8 kids. So
I don't know, it's funny how that happens. But
that's crazy though. That's
I think that's another thing too, like, cuz movies, whenever they depict death, it's always like super dramatic and them getting their last words in and laying there with like a pose, and they look fine, you know what I mean? Like there's like nothing that bad like visually. And I feel like a lot of people think like, oh, that's how I'm going to die.
Uh-huh.
But you don't know that.
No,
Like
yeah.
you might literally just be in fucking pieces when you die.
yeah.
And there's something that like brings me back to reality with that. Like, dude, I'm just a fucking meat bag walking
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
I love that this episode is turning into you guys defending your gore porn addiction.
Listen, I have never ever gotten a hard on while watching this stuff. I would just like to clarify that right now.
No nuts were busted when watching
Never.
these videos.
No, yeah, I'm not.
Never
even
on live leak.
Not even a passing thought. But to be fair too, so like on Reddit, I follow like it's called Me Dizzy,
Uh-huh.
but it's like MEDIZZY, and it's a subreddit for like medical cases. And then there's another one that's like med gore, but it's not so much for the gore. It's like it's interesting. Like it's interesting seeing, like there's a post I saw the other day where this guy had surgery done on his wrist and it got infected, so they had to like clear it out. And during surgery, like you could see all the tendons and like all the little bones in the hand, and like that's crazy because it's like that's what's in me right now, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not like masturbating to it, you know, but I'm not like, I don't think it's changed me. At least I don't think so.
I think it's changed me.
I talk about it in like an evil way.
Oh.
Where I'm starting to
The next-
fantasize.
Next Dexter
Oh,
over
yeah,
here.
you know,
no,
where I
I don't
fantasize about
fantasize
it and
about
like,
it.
you know what I mean? I feel like,
Well, that
you
would
know, there's definitely people out there who do that, you know.
I don't know. I would argue that it doesn't, because it's like that's the same argument that like video games is what causes violence, or take doctors. Do you think doctors fantasize about gore? I would argue that
Yeah,
they don't. I
no.
mean, they're definitely desensitized
No,
to
yeah.
it, but it's not that they're like going home like, oh, I need to see some fucking blood right now.
Yeah, I've always been like interested, even in like these medical fucking Reddits and subreddits too. Like all these procedures that get done on people and they get fixed, you know, or if they like fix a broken leg, or if they insert a metal rod into your leg, or you know, or something. It's been interesting to me, you know. Or I like to see people in pieces in a truck.
Oh, God.
There's been, to be fair though, there's been a few videos that were like, they were pretty like, I don't think I'll ever get the image out of my
There's
head.
one video that I've seen, and it's hard.
Is it the blanket one?
Not that one. No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I can't find the video anymore. So another friend
Oh.
showed me.
That blanket one's fucked up.
Yeah.
That one, like, I could still picture it like pretty
And it's,
clearly.
Yeah.
and it's fucked up because
And that-
we made a joke out of it, and that's how we know it as that video.
And that shit, we found that shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was back.
That was
that was
on
a long
YouTube.
time ago.
Yeah.
That was
a
on YouTube.
long time ago. Yeah.
But yeah, there's
Do you want
only
to hear about the blanket?
Not really.
there's only
Okay.
yeah.
You just said you can't get it out of your head.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna show it to you. Like, if you want clarification, if not, it's okay.
There's some that are really bad. There's some that people really know how to torture someone. You know, like it's like an art to them. Like they've extensively.
Oh, I think I
like-
know which one you're talking about.
Like I'm just like, dude, Jesus Christ, how do you even think of this? But
And that's the majority of our
Yeah,
history.
yeah.
Like, as humanity,
then
life is
people
violent.
seeing that there used to be
Mm.
people seeing that every day. Right?
All right,
So,
let's move on. We're gonna just keep going like we fucking normally
Wait, do you want to hear about the blanket?
I don't know.
All right, that's a no.
Think
No,
yeah,
no.
think
I
about it,
can't.
and then we'll tell you after if you want to
Okay.
hear. All right, you don't mind if I go next, do you?
No, no, go for it.
All right, welcome to Quora Quest with Philip. I go on Quora, find interesting questions, and read them to you.
Oh, I didn't even do my little intro. Fuck.
That was Tech News with James.
SciTech News. Thank you. SciTech Weekly.
I take weekly.
Okay, our question today are what are the lessons people most often learn too late in life? And this was answered by Sean Kernan, November 10th, 2018. It's a little bit of a long one, so
just take one.
sit back and enjoy. At one point, my parents had 3 dogs at their house. 2 of the dogs were purebred, purchased when they were 8 weeks old. They were beautiful dogs and great pets. They lived a nice life, being spoiled as most Kernan dogs do, or Kernan dogs are, with walks and lots of attention. Shortly after getting those 2 dogs, they got their 3rd dog, Rocky, who was a rescue from a pound. For the uninformed, a dog pound is almost like canine prison. The dogs stay there waiting to get adopted. A few times each day, a bucket of food will slide under the gate. The dogs are often let out for a set period, much like a prison. However, within a few months, if nobody rescues the dogs, they are typically euthanized. In this way, a pound is much like canine death row. Rocky lives 6 months of his life like this. Fast forward a couple of years after his adoption, my mother got a phone call. Some dogs wearing collars with her phone number on them were found running along the side of the road. Apparently, while the dogs were in the front yard, someone had come and gone not properly secured the front gate. She went to obtain her dogs from a nice woman who was safeguarding them. When Mom got there, she realized 2 of the 3 dogs were there, which was a problem. She put her in the car and drove back to the house to drop them off and look for the 3rd dog. When she arrived, sure enough, the front gate of the yard was wide open. Can you guess who was sitting in the middle of the front yard, who had full opportunity to run away but chose to sit right in front of the door waiting? You guessed it, Rocky. He knew what was on the other side of that fence. Rocky learned something others learned too late or not at all. He realized how good he had it.
It's a nice little story.
Oh,
That's reality, you know. you need to have data to make comparisons. So,
that's what you got out of that story?
yes.
Into the mic.
That is
Sorry.
exactly
There you
what
go.
I got out of the story. Why? What do you mean? Like, let me put it this way. It's like this. You know, have you ever heard these stories where kids are like, "I hate you. I want to run away," and then the parents are like, "Okay, fine, run away,"
Mm-hmm.
and they leave for a couple hours, and they always come back, right? And it's because sometimes you need a little dose of reality to realize, you know, the full scenario of what you're experiencing or of what you have, type of thing. So I don't know. That's how I take it. Like, it's one of those things where you're always gonna wonder. So go do it.
For me, what I got out of that is just how much I fucking envy dogs. Listen, look,
I
hear me
definitely
out.
think we got different things.
Hear
out
me
of it.
out, okay? These dudes just eat, sleep, chill whenever they want. But the other thing about them, they're constantly living in the moment.
Yeah.
Mm.
They're like naturally they're always happy, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like the story said, the dude just realized how good he had it, which a lot of people don't, right? So
yeah.
it's just one of those things. I'm like, man, dogs just.
I think this is the question. If Rocky had never experienced the pound and grew up as a puppy, would he be out running around with those other two dogs
it's a
too?
great question. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you get out of this, Caitlin?
I don't know. I think it's a sweet story. Makes me think of my dog.
She's thinking she doesn't want to come back for a fifth time. That's what she's.
No.
Yeah, this show's fucking lame now.
No, I
Just
just
kidding.
think that that makes sense. So Rocky knew how good he had it, and he saw the opportunity to leave, and maybe he didn't wonder what if the grass was greener somewhere else, and he was like, "I'm just gonna stay.
I like my own grass.
I like
This
my own
grass is definitely greener than the other grass I had.
Yeah.
yeah."
This is green enough right here.
He didn't even have grass. He was probably just in the
He
concrete.
was just laying in his own shit.
You know,
Yeah.
cold concrete,
Yeah.
shivering.
so.
What did
So,
you get
yeah.
out of that, Andy?
No, it's a good story. I think a problem now with people is that they always. I mean, it's not a problem. Like, I understand being curious about the other side, but yeah, the grass isn't always greener on the other side, right? And we
Yeah.
always think it is. And we always want something else, whether it be with like relationships or jobs or, you know, living somewhere, you know, finding a new career or whatever. But yeah, I think we need those moments, because without those moments, we wouldn't have appreciation, right? Like,
True.
you know, it's like cliche, but you don't know what you have until it's gone. Well,
Mhm.
Yin and yang.
that's why it's cliche, is because it's fucking true. Like, and everyone knows that. So
Yeah.
Facts.
Well, that was Core Quest. Thanks for listening.
Quora Quest, the best quest. You're welcome.
Thanks. That's what I needed.
I'll sell you my rights to the song.
You're gonna sell me your rights?
To the song, I meant. You can use it whenever you want. It's for a measly price of $100.
What is your song for wacky websites?
Yeah.
It's not finished. It is now my segment for the podcast, and we have a new
New contender. Yeah.
A new contender.
Let's see if
You're going down.
Okay.
see if it'll stay one. It's 1-1, right?
Yeah, I think we're tied.
Yep.
See if it'll stay 1-1.
Ones all around.
So for this segment, or my segment, it's not permanent, but it's just something that I've been liking, so I've just been sticking with it. But there are 3 rounds. I choose. So I scoured the internet for websites that are kind of weird and that you wouldn't think were websites. But I put them into 3 rounds, and I give them descriptions of 3 websites, and they have to guess which one is true. That's the cat ball upstairs.
Oh.
Yeah.
A fucking mouse running around.
Yeah, yeah.
What is that sound?
So you have 1 true website in each round and 2 fake ones, just to sum it up. All right.
Let's do it.
Let's
Are
do
you
this.
guys ready?
Are you fucking ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's
all right,
get it.
let's do it.
Excuse me?
Is there? Oh, you'll tell us. We're all gonna say the number at the same time.
Yes.
When-
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Affirmative.
Round 1.
10-4.
Fight.
Ding ding ding.
Copy that.
This website allows you to choose a random person's next tattoo.
Okay.
This website calculates how long it would take for you to fill up any size container by drooling.
All right.
This website allows you to see what any word would look like in chewed up gum.
Damn,
I
dude,
find
you're
it-
getting better at
I
these.
find it interesting how good you're keeping a straight face to not give anything away.
we're guessing which one's real or fake.
Real.
Real.
Yeah, which one's real?
Doing it fake might be harder.
Those are pretty
Okay,
creative.
I think I'm ready.
Ready?
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
I think I'm
You wanna
ready.
read them again?
Okay, I think I remember it.
1, 2, or 3.
Okay,
You
which
ready?
one's real?
Yeah, which one's
Okay,
real?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. Right?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
3.
1.
2. Wait.
said
You're going
go.
to say go,
I
right?
did? Yeah, I said go.
I
I think
said
you were
1.
early on that one. Were you early?
I was
He
early.
was late.
He was late. Oh.
Yeah, she
You
was the first
No,
one.
they were early. Sorry.
Yeah, y'all went on 3.
3, 2, 1, go.
I went after Caitlin.
You said 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Anyways,
And then
2,
y'all went. I said 2.
I said
3.
I said
3.
1.
Oh, wow. Okay. We're all across the board.
You guys are minced meat.
He's like, psych, they're all fake.
The website. This website allows you to see what any word would look like in chewed gum is true. So who got that one?
Me.
Was that you?
Wow.
Dang.
What the fuck?
Why would someone
Suckers.
make that?
I don't know, but it was like, it was. I went on it and I did it and I was like, oh, okay. Like I didn't need this,
Oh,
but
that's
it
what it
was
looks
cool.
I didn't need this.
It is
Shit,
called.
we're already getting work,
Fuck,
man.
dude.
It is called yournameandgum.com.
She fucking studied for this one.
Capital, not capital.
You
lowercase
came in
y.
like Jeopardy, huh? You thought you were
I
going to
did
be on the
capital Y
game
in
show
it.
and everything.
Yeah, I
Took me another-
prepped.
Another website.
God
Oh.
damn it.
I think the
Oh, really?
drooling and the cup one though.
Dude, put it into Google. Your name and gum.
I definitely thought one was real.
The website allows you to choose a random. That would be cool.
Oh my god, I put your numb in game.
So yeah, yournameandgum.com is.
You're numbing game.
You did it again. Your name game. What the fuck?
Yo, cut this man off. Cut this man off.
It auto-corrected.
Your name and game. This dude.
Cut him off.
Your
Get him
number-
off the keys. Get him. Get him off the keys.
Gum. G-U. That's Jim. You put G-I-M.
Oh my god, I'm crying, bro.
Your name is Jim.
You just kept saying game, bro. Your name in game.
So you could choose.
Oh, choose your gum.
You can choose. You can choose between 3 different types of gum,
Fuck your numbing game.
and it shows you what your name would look like in chew gum.
Jim. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh,
So
shit.
Just click it.
I think I bonked my head this morning. Oh,
I
is
think
that
you
waiting?
type your name.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
shit.
Oh my gosh.
So name and game. You see?
That's so.
Can
who
I
thought of
fucking
that?
see?
Weird. Oh, sorry.
It's like, you know, you don't need that in your life, but if you saw that, that's cool.
That's
Right.
not what I pictured it to look like.
Yeah, me neither. I thought it was gonna be like a real piece of gum.
I thought it was just gonna be one piece.
This dude's gonna chew it up.
Weird. Very weird.
All right. Well,
Oh fuck, that was funny.
Dude,
Next
my
round.
stomach hurts after that.
Let's go for next round.
All
Round
right.
2.
All right, that was a fluke. Beginner's
All
luck.
Here we go.
We'll
Beginner's
see
luck.
about that.
This website teaches you how to talk like Pee Wee Herman.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It teaches you? Okay.
This website.
So it's teaching you how to kill yourself, huh?
Jesus.
Aw.
Sorry.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. This website allows you to dig into the history of the internet and let you see what websites used to look like. This website allows you to flip 100 pennies at once and guess how many land on heads and tails.
What the fuck?
Oh, I'm stumped. Can you read them again, please? Pee Wee Herman's voice.
Sure. This website teaches you how to talk like Pee Wee Herman, which would be the most annoying thing on earth. This website allows you to dig into the history of the internet and let you see what websites used to look like. This website allows you to flip 100 pennies at once and guess how many land on heads and tails.
I'm ready.
I got it.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
So
On go.
3, 2, 1, go.
So then,
So you-
3, 2, 1, go, then number.
Yeah.
Got it.
Why are we? Why
'Cause
do you say go?
You say
though?
after go then. You can't say on go because on go means you say the number when you say go. Never mind. Okay.
I've just always done go, and it's like easier.
In
right?
that
It's
case,
just
you
clear.
said it way before he even said go.
I've always said go. Like it just, I feel like it clears things up to me. I don't know.
I feel like it makes things way more confusing. Anyways, just go.
Well, why do you
Excuse me.
count down so slowly? 3, 2.
You know what? Do you go? Okay,
I'm ready.
fucking.
Well, how about in the
Well,
middle?
fucking
In the middle of that. In the middle of that.
Caitlin's beating you to go, man.
You're right. Do you remember which one?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
2.
3.
2 and 3. So you said 3, right?
Yeah.
You were wrong.
Oh, dang it.
They are right.
Dang it. I was.
What was it? Fucking Google.com?
I know this because I've I've read about that
Okay.
and like seen that.
It's called. I think it's called the Wayback Machine. That's not the name of the website. It's called archive.org.
Yeah.
I
was say,
but yeah, you
something
could
archive.
You can choose. You can go on Facebook, type in Facebook, and it'll show you when it was the Facebook.
I think I did this with YouTube and it was so weird.
Oh, yeah. Old YouTube was weird to look
YouTube, You
at.
could do fucking. Probably. I don't know if you could do like porn sites too.
All right.
Funny. Yeah, whatever you want.
2 sounded too. I don't know. Like you would have made it up. That's what it sounded
Which one?
like.
I
2?
I literally
Yeah.
thought of Google.
I don't know.
Type in YouTube 2006. I'm sure there's pictures of like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's one specific website that
I
you
will
go
s-
to find it.
I will say that the third one, there definitely has to be something that exists for that.
There might be.
That's
So-
what you voted for, right? The pennies one.
Yeah.
Remember, Andy doesn't
Uh,
fact check these, okay?
No, I just make these up, or I think. You know, if they exist, then I'm fucking shouting them out, right?
God.
Shouting them out. It would be cool if there was a website that would like take you to that website, but make it like retro, like throw it back to
Mm.
that style.
Oh, like the old internet,
Mm.
like the old actual
Yeah.
internet. Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be cool.
Everything was so simple back then.
All right, we're tied then.
Jesus, I can't.
Okay.
Told you, beginner's luck.
I've got this for the third one.
I'm listening, by the way.
Okay, third round. This website allows you to input how many cats you think you could take in a fight, and it emulates it.
Oh, please. Please.
This website allows you to
Please
doodle
exist.
a given item and let an AI guess what it is.
Wait, repeat it.
This website allows you to doodle a given item and let an AI guess what it is.
Mm.
This website allows you to hear the frequency the Mariana Trench emits.
What was the last
Ooh.
one?
That would be cool.
The website allows you to hear the frequency the Mariana Trench emits.
I don't know what that is.
That's
Mariana
like
Trench?
the deepest part of
the ocean.
The world.
Oh, got it. Okay, okay.
I'm ready.
Yep.
Okay.
Ready? Wait, let me. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
3.
2. Was that was the doodle? Yeah.
I've used it.
That
Yeah.
seems very simple.
I used it last
This
summer
one was
during the
easy.
internship.
This one was a little easy, but
Fine.
Apparently not.
I lost.
yeah.
Get
This
wrecked.
website allows you to doodle a given item and let an AI guess what it is. It's called Quick Draw period with Google period com.
It's pretty cool.
But I'm so sure the third one exists.
The website allows you to hear the frequency.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Does anyone want to try it?
Sure.
I tried it and it got 2 wrong, but I don't know how to draw, so I don't blame it.
Wait, so I have to draw this?
Draw French
and
fry.
then
Yeah.
You got 20 seconds. 17, 16.
just one French fry?
Icy line, or string bean, or baseball bat,
Oh no.
or paper clip,
Wait.
Okay, this thing isn't wrong. Caitlin's just terrible at drawing. What the fuck?
or hot dog, or banana, or nail.
Or nail.
What is that? Salt?
Sorry, I couldn't get it.
A washing machine. Come on, Caitlin, you got this. She failed. Okay.
Icy elbow, or square.
Elbow.
Oh, I know, it's washing machine.
Hmm?
Interesting.
Black hat. Oh, it heard me.
Icy mountain, or zigzag,
It hurt me.
or raccoon.
How
Oh,
do
I
you
know,
color
it's
it?
black cat.
Sheesh.
Okay, it's gotten 2 right.
Icy elbow. Oh, I
Dang.
Okay.
Quick on that one.
Swing set.
I see square. Or skyscraper. Oh, I know. It's swing set.
Okay.
I see rainbow.
I'm sorry for this very interesting moment we're having in the
Jesus.
podcast.
Oh, I know.
Um,
Umbrella.
That umbrella was definitely hit by lightning.
Yeah, so if
Okay.
you want to doodle something and let an AI, specifically Google AI,
Yeah.
guess it, the website.
It's pretty cool because if you click the question mark, there's like a whole video explaining how it works, and it talks about like reinforcement learning and stuff like that.
Yeah, so again, it's quickdraw, period, with google.com.
wow. So me and James are still tied. Big loser in the room.
Well, I don't
Loser.
frequent the internet as much as you guys, I think.
Neither do I. I just
What is that supposed to mean?
Sounds like loser talk to me.
Okay, fair. I accept my loss.
Yeah.
So,
Where's the loser cap at? Well,
this is the end of the segments.
thank you, Andy. Appreciate it. James, thank you, as always. Great on the news, the tech stuff.
R.I.P. Live Leak.
I was about to say that.
Now back to the real subject at hand. James,
Yes.
are you still fucking fearing your life of no
Oh
meaning?
my god. No, I'm definitely not. I am past my existential crisis. Also, real quick, here is YouTube from 2007, I believe. Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, the good old days, dude.
Yikes.
In all its glory.
Right.
Beautiful.
Crazy. No, I'm no longer going through my existential crisis. I have definitely just been much more at peace with my like acceptance. So this is the thing. During that episode, I was at a time of still like I've been wrestling with this idea of like absurdity or that like life is meaningless for like a long time. And I was still wrestling with that, and I think especially just because a lot of big decisions are being made in my life. And it's just like the pressure of those big decisions. And I think the big decisions, because I know there's a point in the podcast where we talk about like, oh, there's no point in dwelling about the past, right? Like once something's past, that's it. But of course, you could always learn from it. And I think that's the thing. It's just I still understand what I said before, that you look back and you see these moments that were extremely defining in your life that completely changed the direction that you went. And you can't help but be conscious that you're going to have more of those moments coming up, and they are going to determine your life. They are going to determine where you're going to end up and who you become. But I think I'm just now like okay with that. That's just fucking life. Like it's just random stuff happens.
Sorry, I was gonna sneeze and then it didn't happen. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'm definitely, I think I'm just like at peace with all that.
So why were you? Do you remember why you were going through what you were going through? If you can say.
Yeah, I think it was just I was starting to see success in my like career already. And then that's when everything really started to hit me about like how much my life has changed just in terms of my direction and my path, or even like relationship wise, how much things were changing within my life. And then I think also too was, if I remember correctly, I don't know if I have my timeline screwed up because we're in 2021, right? That episode was like 2 years ago.
It was November 2019.
That was the episode.
Just
Yeah.
wild.
Okay. Yeah, so I think at that point, it's 2020. Yeah. Okay. At that point, I had like a really big decision to make, and it was pretty much if I was going to pursue a path of working with the government in my field or with staying like in the private sector. And I knew that like that crossroad was going to be an important one. And I knew that, again, like looking back and seeing other points of like, oh my God, like because I did that changed everything for me. I knew that was going to be another one like that. I'm happy to say I definitely made the right decision, mainly because the program that I was going to be accepted into ended up getting canceled that year because of COVID. So like, even more so, I'm like, oh, dang, like dodged a bullet with that one. So I think just after all of that, I'm just like much more aware of what I want out of life. I know we were talking a lot about purpose, and I think I'm just very confident. I know what I want to do. I'm very confident in, I don't even want to say purpose, just because I feel like that sounds like some like fate type of thing, and I don't necessarily believe in that. But I think it's just more so of like, I know what path I want, and I know that it's for me. So,
For sure. I had just recently talked to my therapist after a while. It had been like maybe like 2 months. But I just stopped just because, I don't know, I shouldn't have stopped. But, you know, I'm sure that everyone that goes to therapy understands that there's times where you're just like, fuck this. Not fuck this, but like, I don't want to do it. And then when you come back, you end up saying to yourself, like, why did I stop? Right? But this was before I got a call about an important interview that I'm doing tomorrow. And I didn't know whether they were going to call me back. And she had told me that, I don't know, I kind of knew this, but hearing it from someone else just kind of puts things more into perspective. It hasn't been a new thing where, like, I want to be a part of something, like, important, that can, you know, I'll be proud of doing. And, 'cause I've been about job happiness instead of, you know, just making money. I'd rather be happy at a job than, right, make a lot of money. But what I've done has kind of shown the opposite, just because I've had to make a living. And I told her now that I'm out of my other job, you know, and I'm waiting for this, you know, I just feel like I'm in limbo. And she told me that work shouldn't be your only purpose in life, or like being a part of something shouldn't be your only purpose in life. Other things make up what your life is, right? So I wanted everything to always be important, like to mean something. But her saying that, I'm realizing that nothing has to be really important, right? Like it just has to be what's important to me. So like working out, like that can be one of my purposes in life, like getting healthy, right? Like feeding my cat, like knowing that she's fine, that could be another purpose in life. And I think what I've been doing for the majority of my life is just focusing on something which is nothing wrong with, but I've been doing it unhealthily. And I want just to be a part of something that, you know, will kind of make me fulfilled. But I'm only focusing on that in terms of like work and career. Well, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I just haven't experienced that yet. But I have to realize, you know, when I get that, it's almost like what we were talking about earlier, if the grass is greener on the other side. It may not be, right? And I have to be okay with, if I do land something that makes me happy, I can't make that like my whole life. It can't be everything that my life is about, right? I have to have other purposes in life. Like if I want a family, or if I want, what the fuck is he doing? If I want, you know, to like be healthy or just anything. And, you know, it made me like accept a lot of things that I thought I was doing right, but I really wasn't in terms of how I look at life. So like just going with like an existential crisis, I wasn't having one per se, but I think I have a lot more clarity now after just that one session, which is cool because sometimes that happens, and sometimes you have like 6 sessions in a row and you don't get anything out of. So it was really cool to come back to that and for her to tell me that, stop making this thing your only, your one true purpose in life. And once you grab this, your life is going to be great. And it's going to be this big thing, that you're going to be happy of. No, that's not the only reason I should be like living this life. It should be a lot of things like friends, family. And I've kind of realized that, but I haven't like really grasped that concept to like the fullest extent. And I'm not sure if I still do, but I definitely have more clarity on it. But I think that's also another reason why I'm not so like nervous about tomorrow, about the interview. Because I know this isn't like a make it or break it. In my life, if I don't get this job, like, I'm not gonna die, right? I'm not gonna just curl over and just pass away, right? My life is still gonna go on, and that's not the only purpose in my life. So, it was really cool to hear that, because I really needed that, just because I made a big decision recently with quitting my job, and everything kind of lined up perfectly, but. Just on the topic of like, purpose and like existentialism, it was really cool to hear that from me. So I thought I would bring that here. So maybe you guys might need to hear that, or, people who are listening. So yeah.
Interesting. Caitlin, you been having any moments of forks in the road or tough decisions?
Oh.
I mean, the past year, the fact that we did that in November 2019, and then within a few months, like, there was COVID, is just... I feel like a lot of people realize, including myself, that you don't have control over how things turn out sometimes. And COVID really threw a wrench in my life, I think, because, I mean, I've talked about my relationship that had ended here. Not here. I talked about it here.
Breaking
in
news.
this very room.
Yeah, Oreo and I had a
That's why you're so sketched out by it right now?
Yeah.
Haven't been this close in a while?
Yeah, we haven't talked in like a long time. I talked about my breakup on the podcast before during our Drunk Love episode, and I was like when I was listening to the What's the Point, I still agreed with most of the things that I said about purpose, or like, I don't know, about just mindset on life. But it still, with COVID, it changed a lot. And then with my relationship ending, because one of the things something that we talked about on the What's the Point episode was making decisions, big ones that could, change your life, and about like having regrets and making the right decision versus the wrong decision. And with deciding to break up with my boyfriend at the time, I've never had to make a decision like that before that would change my life and then change the life of another person. Not to sound so dramatic, but that's true. Like, we were on the path to get married, and so for me to decide to end it really did change both of our lives. And one of the things that I was thinking about leading up to it was, because it's been about a year since the breakup, so I was reflecting on this the other day, actually. I was terrified that in the future I'd look back and be like, oh, why did I do that? Why did I make that decision? That was the wrong decision. And I had a therapist at the time, and I was talking to her about this, that I was worried that it would be like one of those movies where 5-10 years down the line I look back and I'm like, oh, he was the one I was supposed to be with, or like, why did I end it? That was a mistake. And she was just like, you have to trust yourself enough in that moment to make the decision that you feel is right. And if you trust yourself enough in that time to make that decision, then in the future, if you look back and wonder why you did that, you can remember, okay, I trusted myself in that moment, and so there's a reason I made that decision. But as I was listening to the What's the Point episode for this, I just was thinking a lot about death. Just because that's been something that's been on my mind for the past like month and a half, is like, why do bad things happen to good people? Not that bad people, whatever that means, bad people deserve bad things to happen to them, but just why can a horrible accident or something happen to someone who is just such a good person? Because that's also something recently, someone in my life passed away really suddenly, and horribly. And so that was like super shocking. And just thinking about like, she was just living her life and then it was just over. And my initial reaction was like, that's so unfair. Like, that's not right. She didn't deserve that. And so that's just been something that I've been wrestling with personally, about what does all of our life, what does that mean? Like, and if she would have known that she was going to die, like, what would she have done instead? And then right away, when I found out that she had passed away, I thought about like the last conversation that we had, and I'm glad that it was a really like heartfelt one. But I also read, and I talked about this, I mentioned that I read this book and I just finished it today. It's called Tuesdays with Morrie.
Oh, I fucking love that book.
I just finished it today. I never read it.
That book is sad.
It is sad. I cried. But it's, for those of you who don't know, I highly recommend it. It's a true story where this beloved sociology professor is diagnosed with ALS, and he's dying essentially. And one of his former students, who's goes on to become like a sports journalist, comes to visit him and decides to interview him about all of life's big questions, like marriage and love and money and forgiveness and death. And from the beginning that he's going to die. Morrie is going to die. So even though I knew that was going to happen, I still cried when he died, when I finished the book. But it also had me, my boyfriend that I have now suggested reading that book when I was having my initial kind of, I was having a really bad like couple of days where I was feeling really down about why do people get old and die, and why do people die young, and just like thinking about these things. And one of the things that Morrie says is when you learn that you're going to die, you learn to live. And so that's something that I've been thinking about the past couple of weeks as I've been reading this book, is like accepting that I'm going to die and not knowing when that's going to be. I might not live to be an old woman, but I might. I don't know. And just to see, like with my friend that passed away so suddenly in an accident, like she didn't know that was going to happen. And so then also towards the end of the book, the former student Mitch asks Morrie if you had 24 hours to be healthy again, because with ALS he was like, his body was just like completely diminished, he could not move. And he asked him, like, if you had 24 hours healthy, what would you do? And he was like, oh, I'd wake up, I'd have some tea, I'd go for a walk, I would have my friends over for lunch, I would go out dancing, and then I would go to bed and sleep a really great night's sleep. And at first Mitch was like, what the heck, why wouldn't you fly to Italy or like try all these great foods and stuff, and why would you want to do something so simple? And then he realized like that was the point, like that was Morrie's perfect day, was just like living a life and absorbing everything around him. And so I guess what I'm realizing is like there's a lot of weight in some big decisions, but also it's like practicing daily gratitude too, and not gratitude in like, oh, I should be grateful for everything I have and not wish for something more. Like you can still want something more out of life, whatever that means to you, but also just like practicing that daily gratitude and stuff. And I don't know. So I've had a lot on my mind lately.
Seems like it. That's a heavy weight to carry.
But yeah, even if like that was his perfect day, but also because he couldn't enjoy that anymore, right?
Right.
Like he didn't have that. And even though it may seem small to some people, but like if you can't get up and walk anymore, like like forever, right? I'm sure you're gonna be like, Jesus Christ, like I took this for granted, right? Even having a cup of tea or like going dancing out with friends. But yeah, that goes back to appreciation about, you know, having gratitude over those little things, which is a big thing.
And like going back to the big decision that I had to make with the breakup, if I stayed with him, I know that I would have had a good life. I would have had kids, and I would have had a nice house, and I would have been married to someone who's my best friend, but I wouldn't have been in love with him, and I wouldn't truly be happy, I think, just knowing. And especially like a year later, having reflected on our relationship when we were together. And I think that there's still a little voice in my head that's like, oh, why would you give that up? Why would you give that opportunity to have security? But I also think about how if this is so there's another author that I really like named Glennon Doyle, and she talks about like think about your life, like what is true and beautiful, and like what are you going to do with your one, it's based off of a Mary Oliver poem, but what are you going to do with your one wild and precious life? And so when I think about that, I don't want to just like settle. Like I want to be with someone who I am in love with, and I want, whenever that happens, maybe it's 10 years from now, if my boyfriend now isn't the person I end up with long term, and time with those things just doesn't really matter to me anymore in a way that it did in the past, where I thought like, okay, everything is going to go as planned. And I thought I did everything perfectly, especially with my relationship. I was like, and just even with my with school, I was like, I'm going to make sure I get all A's and all my professors like me and all my bosses like me and that I have the best relationship and it's really healthy and we're together for a long time and then we're going to get married and have kids. Like I had everything planned out in my mind. And after talking with my therapist, she was like, you could plan everything the best you can and it still not go the way you think it's going to go. And I was like, damn it. So why am I exhausting myself trying to have the perfect life when that's not even attainable? And it could also not go the way that I think it's supposed to go. So, anyways, there's a lot of things in my head.
Jesus Christ, you're stressing me out.
Sorry. but
I'm over here thinking about my life now, like, fuck.
But also it's like, it's in the small. I've just learned how to enjoy the small things, but also like when I do think about the future, I don't stress out as much as I did before, because I just like, as things come, I make the decisions that I need to make. I check in with myself. I trust myself to make the decision, and then I make it. And I just don't believe that there's wrong or right decisions anymore, or good or bad decisions. I think life is going to go the way it's going to go, and I when something crosses my path, I reflect on whether or not I have control over it, and if I do, then I make the decision I need to make, or make the changes that I need to make. And then if there's something that crosses my path that I don't have control over, then I'm like, okay, life, thanks for the lesson, this is great. Anyways, I feel like I'm talking too much,
Rambling, don't know when to stop.
Man,
I mean, the one thing I took from the last episode that I think I haven't changed in my mind is that I just want to be happy. That's it. I think that's the major thing at the end of the day. And when it comes to like the subject of like meaning and purpose, there's this podcast I've been listening to like the last week. It's called Quote of the Day. The guy calls it QOD, but he finds like clips on the internet of famous people or whoever that he enjoys, and then he just plays their clip of whatever speech they do, right? And the one I really got stuck in my head was this lady named Lisa Nichols. And at one point in her speech, she says, the quality of your answer depends on the quality of your question, right? And when I think of like the subject of meaning or purpose, it is so subjective that it's like, however you look at it, your answer is going to be different from the next person. You know what I mean? You can look at it as something like the meaning of life is to create your own meaning, you know, or there might not be a meaning. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, for me at least, I just want to be happy, you know, and that's what I'm striving for. I don't have much stress, not like
All right.
no, but I'm kind of like on the same plane as you. Like, I'm not stressing about little things anymore. Like the things of tomorrow, of like bills and I don't know. I don't stress much about death because in my mind it's gonna come eventually. Whether it's today, tomorrow, a fucking asteroid comes and destroys the Earth, who knows? But
Chinese rocket.
Chinese rocket, yeah. Has that come down yet?
No, I think they're saying they're expecting in the next few days. And I read one article saying that they're thinking it might land in Philadelphia, but I don't know. I didn't read into it, so I don't know the credibility.
Well,
of it.
listen, people, if we're not here, just know we love you. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to be happy. You know, I think that's the major goal in life. Are you happy by the end of it? And if not,
Yeah, that's
it sucks, right? It's just like
Snooze, you lose.
Sucks for you, bro. What'd you do your whole life? Chase meaningless things that don't
Yeah.
matter now, and now you regret all of it.
yeah, that's the one thing that I'm scared of. 'Cause I just don't want to be old and on a deathbed, even if I get old. You know, and I don't want to lay there with regrets, you know, about anything. So that definitely scares me. Back to what you were saying. Are you religious still?
I like how you outed still.
Well, I say still because of your whole thing.
She just gave up. She's like, fuck it.
well,
It's a
just
wrap.
because
Don't
of your
need this
answer.
anymore. Threw that out with the relationship, Andy. Huh? Is that how it works?
I asked that because of your answer. Yeah.
Okay. Am I religious still? I'm.
Amish.
I was gonna say it's funny because I was gonna say I'm questioning, but that's more like most people say that about like sexuality. But I'm in a place of. I'll just say right now that I still believe in God. I grew up Catholic, but right now I'm figuring out what if I feel like I can strongly identify with a certain what are those called?
Church.
Sure, church or denomination. Yeah, so right now I would say religious is like I don't know if I would use that word.
But you do believe in spirituality, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because with the breakup, that shook me, and it like woke me up to all of these things that I feel like I've been believing my whole life. One of them being Catholic, and just made me question like, do I really feel like do I feel like I still identify with this or strongly believe in this? And the question is, I don't know, because I feel like a lot of Christians aren't very good people, and I've met a lot of atheists who are really good people, genuinely, and so I think everyone is just kind of out there doing their best, and hopefully, I'm sure there's some people out there who aren't, but anyways, I believe in God, but I wouldn't say that like I don't go to church anymore, really.
Okay. I was asking because your question of why do good people die and stuff. I feel like a religious person would just equate that to it's God's plan.
Yeah, that's I was talking to my parents about this, and I do plan to actually bring up this question to my grandma tomorrow when I visit her, because I feel like she's obviously lived a lot more life than me, which means experiencing more pain, I think, and more tragedy. And I know that she has experienced things like that in her life with people a lot closer to her, so I feel like she'll have more to say. She is religious though, so she probably will come from that standpoint, but my parents kind of said something similar, like we just have to trust that it's God's plan. And after I found out about this friend passing away, I met up with some other people to like watch the sunset the day that we found out, and one of my friends said like, oh, like a couple years ago I was Christian and kind of wish I still was right now, because I feel like I'd have a lot more comfort in that and believing in God and stuff. And I was like, you know, I still believe in God, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? So just because like that doesn't mean like I feel more comfort. Like I'm still doubting and have questions. And so yeah, like also it just kind of feels a little dismissive, like if I were to say to someone like, oh, like why does this happen, and if a pastor or priest was like, oh, just God's plan, I'd be like, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, thanks, that was like super comforting, I feel a lot better now.
Thanks, man. I'm fixed. But yeah, I was just wondering because I knew you were, so, and then hearing those answers from you were I just thought I'd ask. So
yeah, and I think that I've accepted that there's a lot of unknowns of life, like big life questions or big mysteries of life that I'll never understand. Some of those I have gotten to the point of acceptance, like, oh, I probably will never know the true answer to this, but that's okay. And just right now at this point in my life, it's one of those questions that's really bothering me. So yeah, especially when it comes to like accidents or like terrible accidents. I was telling James the other day that when it comes to like cancer or something, if someone passes away from cancer or gets sick, like I don't feel that same disturbance in myself as I do if someone were to die by like a terrible accident. And gosh, I hope you didn't hear that burp. And then James was like, I think it's because when people get sick, it's like you know that they're sick, and then you have that time with that person. And when someone is like passes away unexpectedly, you don't have that prep time to like lose that person.
Sudden.
Mm-hmm.
It's the suddenness of it.
So, and I was also like, it sounds really cliche, but when I found out that she had passed away, it like immediately like things were put into perspective of what matters and what doesn't. Like someone asked me like, oh, did you see this post on Instagram? And I was like, no, I don't care about Instagram anymore. Like just those things don't matter to me right now. And it was just so clear of like, I just want to live my life with people, and I want to love people. And there's still, I think one of the things too is like when tragedy happens, things do get put in perspective. And then I think along the way we kind of like lose that again, and we kind of get distracted, and we get back into this routine of like Instagram or like, oh, like, I don't know, like just not unhealthy things, but just things that just distract us from other things in life that might be better for us or sweeter. And then another tragedy happens, and you're like, oh wait, things are back in perspective again. And so I want to be more conscious. I think I say that now, but I'll probably get distracted like a few months from now with just like meaningless things, but things that feel meaningless to me at least. So I want to try and live my life more consciously, so that years from now I don't look back and think I like spent time doing things that were not important.
I think it's okay to be distracted, you know, just that can't be your whole life. It's just you being distracted, you know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're human. But a thing that I took from a book a long time ago that me and James would read, and, you know, we would do exercise through it. It was called The Artist's Way. One thing that really stuck with me about what she said was just paying attention throughout life. And you'd be surprised what you could learn if you just pay attention to your everyday life. And I think not enough people do that, you know. Because you could learn a lot through, I mean, just anything, You know, if you see someone on the street or, you know, things can just click for you. So ever since I had read that, I had been trying to do that. You know, I kind of fell off a little bit. But I did start to see a difference in my life when I just started to pay attention to like little things.
What does that look like to you? Paying attention to what?
Just like, I mean, it may not seem important, but like paying attention to like
Just like the details.
yeah,
right?
details of life, of like how a tree blows in the wind, or like a
Mhm.
leaf falling, or like, you know, just looking at a flower, or like just talking to someone and like noticing their facial hairs, or, you know, their facial expressions, you know. Just any little things like that, you know, because those, you'd be surprised what you could find meaning out of, you know, when you start to pay attention. And it could be like the stupidest thing ever, you know, but no one can take that away from you, and who's to say that that isn't meaningful, right? Because
Mhm.
no one knows, you know, no one has like the meaning of everything into life and whatever. So, it was really cool to read that, you know, because I felt like that had been something that was faulty in my life, and still now, you know, I'm not the best at it, but, you know, every now and then I do try to just pay attention to everything. But yeah.
I really love that. I try and do that too. I try and think about it as like living an unhurried life, and trying to memorize the details of someone's face, or paying attention to the way that like the sun hits, I don't know, my back patio or something. And so I started this. When did I start this? I think I started at the beginning of this year. I started saying affirmations every morning, and some of them I took from other places, and then some of them I wrote myself. But one of them is, I accept this day as a gift. As I go through my day, I'll accept each moment with joy. And I like to think about it, instead of being like, live this day like it's your last, because you never know. I just like to think of like,
fucking wild.
and oh my gosh, it makes me think of have you guys seen About Time? I think I made you watch it.
Yeah.
About time.
About Time.
No, I haven't seen it.
I love that movie. It's great. Basically, I'm going to spoil it, but I would highly recommend it to everyone if you have not watched it. But he's a time traveler, and he towards the end, he like learns how to use his time traveling powers to like make life sweeter, basically. And so at first he'd live through his day. He would go through the whole day, and then he would relive the same day again, but try and notice the little details of the day and appreciate it more. And then after this practice, he started to not even go back in time anymore, because he would, like, when he'd wake up in the morning, he would treat it as if he went back to live it intentionally. And so that's kind of how I like to think about it, is like, when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, okay, today's a gift, so I'm going to like try and enjoy today, even if I'm in the worst mood. Just thinking about it as if like this day was gifted to me, not in the way of like I have to seize the day type of situation, but just to enjoy it and enjoy the little things about it, almost like I'm like unwrapping the day, like it's a gift. So yeah, but I really like that, paying attention.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. Because I read one thing online. I think it was a question on Quora. What are the things that we can control in life? And someone had a very simple answer. It said, there's only two things we can absolutely control. It's our attitude and our effort. So if you wake up in the morning and you start off like that, you're seizing control of your attitude, right? So you're setting the day at the pace you want it to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd be surprised like how when you start saying positive affirmations to yourself, it surprised me how uncomfortable first how uncomfortable it felt, and second how much I realized that I fucking was like negative all the time in my own head.
It's weird, like having a sense of positivity for yourself, right?
Yeah, I was rejecting it. I was like, why am I rejecting this?
Yeah,
like, this is
fucking
yeah.
fruit. Like
I'm literally telling myself like I'm alive and it's a great day to be alive, and the sun's shining, and I'm just like, oh God, no. And I don't feel that right now. Right? So
You're
puts,
miserable. You want to go back to bed?
Yeah, dude, I just want to fucking sleep, right? But yeah, it just makes you realize those two things, you know. And like I said, it's you know, it's something you have to develop, right? Obviously, it felt uncomfortable to me because I just developed this negative Nancy view about certain things and like waking up and whatnot. So you have to like train your mind, right? Make the world what you want it to be.
Yeah, you do have to train your mind. I think something that I used to believe for a long time is like I didn't have control over my thoughts. Like I felt like, oh, thoughts just come and I like have to deal with them. And these thoughts are mine and I have to like work through it. And like I just have such a negative mindset. But the truth is you can control your thoughts and readjust and realign.
You can control how you react to them.
Yeah, which is the point of like attitude, right? That's the only thing you can control. You see, man, that's what fucking Lively gave me. It gave me, you know, appreciation of life, and they just fucking take it down.
Oh
right?
my God! And we circle back to this, huh?
You know, so they're fucking with my happiness now.
Rest in peace, Lively. Gone but never forgotten.
I'm sure there'll be another one that pops up.
Yeah, you want the link?
Now I'm less happy throughout the day because they took it down.
Oh my gosh.
So, thanks.
But another thing too is that you have to like sometimes I think you have to forgive yourself, like not on a daily basis necessarily, but if you do have a some I don't know, negative self-talk or like a negative view of yourself, or you think back to things that you did and you're like, why did I do that? I think just also like having forgiveness for yourself of like that you're a human and that you're gonna mess up sometimes, and like sometimes maybe you do look back on a specific decision and think, oh, that was a bad decision. Just like realizing that you can move forward. Another affirmation I say is, I didn't write this one. It's I welcome what is to come. I appreciate what is here. I release what must go. I'm in everflow. And that one's kind of cheesy, but it kind of helps. It kind of helps to say like, okay, I welcome what's
I feel like
ahead of
that's
me.
something on like Tumblr or something. You know?
Hey,
It's gonna be like the background's like a picture of like a dandelion. blowing in the wind.
Yeah, dude, that's totally what I imagined. Or like a fucking sunset, you know,
Yeah.
something dramatic.
one of those like motivational posters that you see like in offices and like someone on a mountain.
Yep.
Mhm.
So
Some shit you buy in Target. on a fucking placard.
Live, laugh, love.
In the clearance section.
oh my
Damn, bro, we just really destroyed your affirmation.
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, never say it again. I thought you were gonna
Sorry.
say. I thought you were gonna say "Even Flow" like the song by Pearl Jam.
Even flow.
So I was like, nice. And then you said "ever." I was like, oh.
Nice.
But basically, what I was saying, just
Sorry,
like,
I didn't mean to cut you off.
it's cool, Phil.
I found from like older episodes, that's just what I do. I just cut people off.
You seize your joke opportunity.
I do. I don't want to lose it. And then you guys go on a tangent. I'm like, fuck, I should have said it.
Dude, this is the worst.
Lost
You're
the
waiting your
opportunity.
turn,
Yeah.
and then we're like, well, we're way off
Andy
that topic.
cut in
now.
or some shit. Yeah.
Gosh, damn it. I feel.
But I don't just anyways, like if some people feel really bogged down by their past, like you can let go of that shit, you know?
Definitely.
That's all.
It's just,
I don't know why. In my head,
That's all.
in my head, I keep saying how I want to say thank you for bringing up Tuesdays with Maury, but I didn't want to like cut you off when you're talking about the book, you know. And then Andy started talking. I'm like, fuck, I missed it.
But
Where'd
I mean,
go?
it's a great book. It's a quick read too, so
Oh,
don't.
okay.
It's a great book.
Yeah.
I was on the verge of tears. It was a great book.
dang, I have to read that. I like books like that.
Give me your herp.
Hmm.
Ew.
Thanks, bro.
He likes to give kisses.
Thanks, dude.
I don't know.
Kissy,
I got cat kisses.
kissy.
Don't worry, he has herp of the eye, so it's all right.
Not of the mouth.
Yeah, so I'm fine.
Even
He's
better.
not. I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Oh.
I was hoping you guys would carry the conversation, which Andy, Kaylin, you guys have done fantastic.
Yeah, I figured.
James,
This ain't
isn't-
my episode.
you're not having an existential crisis anymore, so I guess you.
Yeah.
No, one thing I was gonna ask was, how do we feel now? Are we all happy in a sense? Not like
Mhm.
extremely happy, but are we content with life or?
I've accepted.
I've accepted. All right. Thank you. That's it.
No, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would say I'm happy. I'm content. I used to hate that word content. I used
I
to
do
think
too.
it was a bad thing. I used to
Hmm.
think it meant you're settling. Now I just feel like, again, just like at peace. Like,
Yeah,
don't
content with
feel-
where you are. Right
Yeah.
now,
yeah, like I'm happy with where I am. I'm happy with where I'm going. I'm happy where my like mental state is. Even though like it might be like darker than most, but like I feel like that's what makes me, and I wouldn't want that any other way. So yeah, I'm good.
Good. Anybody else?
I mean, it's a hard thing because I don't know if I can understand the idea of like living happiness 24/7. You know what I mean? Like really grasping that idea of like, oh yeah, I'm happy right now. How do I know? I feel like that's such a understanding of myself that I haven't reached,
Mhm.
But I don't know if I'm excited for the road I'm on or if I'm looking forward to it. All I know is this is what I want to do right now. This is where I'm going. This is the direction I'm going. I don't know if it's going to make me happy. I don't really know. I'm really not thinking that far. I just want to just keep moving forward one step at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
but there are moments in my day where I can reflect and say, yeah, I was happy in that moment.
nice. Yeah, I mean, it starts, right? That's where it starts. It's not knowing whether it will make you happy or not, but it's just about doing it. And if it doesn't, then you know that.
Yeah.
Right? And then you won't do that again.
Yeah.
You need data, man.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
For me, I don't think that I agree with Philip about. I just don't think it's possible to be happy all the time. I see happiness as a fleeting feeling. Like things make me happy. Like that pizza we ate earlier. I was pretty happy about eating that pizza. But
You're looking forward to that?
yeah.
Imagine you
Yeah.
didn't get it. Oh man, would have ruined her whole night.
Man, I was this close. Like, she probably ate.
That was my price for being on the show today. Was
Yeah, you got paid in pizza.
Yeah, we gotta fucking feed her.
But I feel like I am content, and I experience joy on a daily basis. I choose to experience joy on a daily basis, because I think joy for me is just more sustained and like more. It's deeper to me than happiness. Joy is like something that just feels right in like my soul. And so yeah, I would say that I am content. I'm in a good place, and yeah, even with really sad things happening or like really hard things happening in my life, I still am able to experience joy. And like there's some days where I have to choose that. I literally have to choose to like I'll let myself sit in the bad feelings or the hard feelings, but then choosing to like not let that consume me or define how I'm going to like go through the rest of the day or through the week. So I would say, but right now with everything going on, I'm good. I'm in a good place.
Shuck, bro. For me, I would say I'm content. Also, think a lot of things got put into perspective the past week. I've been enjoying not having to worry about absolutely anything. You know, just sitting here playing blackjack for like 8 hours. Just being a complete degenerate and willing to, you know, bet money. But, you know, whatever. Like, it makes me happy. So,
Yeah.
you know, I fucking like winning money.
How do you like losing it?
You know, I don't lose it. They just borrow it for a little bit.
I get it back. I get it back.
And then I get it back, right?
That's sorry to cut you off, but
No,
that
you're
was
good.
one thing I wanted to mention earlier is that we have grown up in this system where it's like you wake up at this time, you go to school, right?
Mhm.
Constantly, over and over again for 12 years of your life. And it's almost like they're training you to be that your
Yeah.
whole life. And we kind of get lost in this idea of that's what life is, right?
Yeah.
But literally waking up and doing whatever the fuck you want, that is the human existence. That's what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
It's cool because there's companies that are moving towards that. You know, they're literally like, just you come in when you want. Like you set your own hours. You don't clock in or clock out. You know.
yeah. I'm sure the happiness rate will skyrocket.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
You know? But yeah, I mean, just doing that, I mean, it's made me, I don't know, I feel like it's made me a little bit of a happier person. I think I feel, well, obviously I feel stress-free. I feel a little more like I can enjoy the day,
Mm-hmm.
you know, instead of having to waste it doing something I don't really want to do. But yeah, I would say I'm content right now.
Dude, that's one thing I kind of enjoyed reminiscing on. Like some of the jobs I had, I
Mm.
remember like, dude, I used to wake up and if I had to work that day, literally the whole day was ruined. I was just like, fuck. And then like driving over, I would just be like so like bummed.
Yeah,
Just
dude.
Like,
Yeah, because I mean, I've been nonstop working since I got out of high school. You know, I haven't really. I mean, I've had breaks here and there, but those were only breaks. Those were only like transitions into another job, right? So I mean, I might be going through that now again, but it feels good to like, you know, just not do anything, absolutely nothing. So, man, if I could do this for the rest of my life. I don't know.
That's
Yeah.
the one thing I learned.
Good luck.
Yeah.
That's what I learned through COVID, man. It's
No. Yeah,
you don't
I-
want to do nothing.
Yeah, no. I don't know if I could do this forever. Obviously, I need something to, you know, sustain my mental health and not go crazy in here. But, you know, right now I'm just like, I'm coasting. So,
Nice.
you know, probably gonna hop on blackjack later. You know,
I'll meet you there.
win a couple hundred.
Yeah. The one thing I can, kind of add to what you just said is like, I've kind of got my finances really under control. And there's been some slow points these last couple weeks where it's like we work 3 days, or maybe 2 days. And I don't have to stress about paying my bills because working those 3 days or those 2 days was enough for me to
To
make
get you
those.
by.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, wow, I can work 3 days, pay my bills, and enjoy 2 extra free days of my life without working, you know? And yeah, it's kind of striving me to move towards something where I don't have to be so dedicated to going to something.
Yeah. I think you don't want something to feel like work, you know, when you're doing
Yeah,
it, but it's
exactly.
making you money, it's making you income, right? It's making you live, goddamn, a certain life, and you're able to sustain that life. But you know, that's what it is. You know, you don't want to have to feel like you're working a day.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I've been thinking about, because I've been at my job in October, it'll be 3 years. And I know, crazy.
Dang.
I know that I don't want to be there forever, but it just, with COVID and stuff, my mind space, I think I was at a point where I was like kind of brainstorming or daydreaming what it would be like to do something else. I kind of browsed other jobs and stuff, but nothing has really stuck out to me. But I just know that I don't want to. So this whole week I've been on vacation. I haven't necessarily gone anywhere. I went to Santa Barbara with a friend, but I haven't really gone anywhere. I've just been kind of chilling and like resting and sleeping in and stuff. And I think I waited way too long to take a vacation because I was really burnt out. But because I found myself that I was like living for the weekend, which is just kind of Gary Vee talks about it. I don't want to live my life like that. I really don't want to be like, oh, thank God it's Friday. And every Friday, my team, we do like a Zoom meeting and we do like a high level recap of what we worked on that week. And then we talk about what our win of the week was. And some of my coworkers say that their win of the week is that it's Friday. And I'm like, what? Like your whole week, you're just like glad that it's Friday? What? Like, I don't want to live my life like that. And so that's why I do try, and when I say like I try and find joy every day, it's also in my job, which I do still really enjoy my job. I wasn't before this vacation, but because I was just so burnt out. But
I feel like that is kind of like the negative side of content. Like that's like the negative view that we might have had is like someone who's kind of living for Friday and they're content with their job.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel like that's not content though. That's like
yeah. But that's what we thought it meant.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just being
I feel
that.
you.
yeah.
Oh,
And
I still hate
yeah.
that word content.
Yeah.
In my mind, I hate it. But
Yeah.
touch on what you said, Gary Vee, when he said start living for Mondays, oh my God, that changed my life. Like I started telling myself like, no, I'm excited for Monday. And Monday became my favorite day. That's when I had the most energy. I woke up ready to go. And Friday was the day I dreaded. I'm just like, ugh. I don't want to wake up at fucking 4 a.m. and go work.
Yeah.
I get to like noon, I'm like, can I go home? You know what I mean? And then like Saturday, I just want to rest, you know? But Mondays, I'm like, let's fucking do this, you know? Let's go.
Yeah, it's about like quality of life too. Like, yeah, everyone wants to, you know, not live for the weekend, but you know, at the same time, there is value in like hard work. You know, you could through hard work you could get there. You know, it's not just gonna like pop up out of nowhere like a genie in a bottle.
Sure.
Right. You wish for it, but yeah, you know, I don't want to fucking because I was doing that too. You know, I was. And I feel like it's just like the natural progression of a 9-to-5 job. Is like you just start to like that just starts to happen to you, right? When you get days off and you know you work Monday through Friday 5 days a week. It just starts to happen to you that you just like, you know, and you don't really see it until like it's kind of like not too late, but until you've noticed that you've changed a lot more, and maybe in a negative way, maybe not. You know, if people like that, whatever, but. Yeah, it's just, and like, yeah, like that's what school was too, right? You know, we would live for fucking weekends.
Yeah.
We were fucking excited when it was Friday and school's out.
I haven't lived for the weekend since the bars closed.
They're open soon, brother. Soon, brother.
I think I can't remember if it's a country, or a city.
I was moving to 3-day weekends.
Yeah. Which one is? I want to say it's
I wanna say
Barcelona.
Spain or Portugal?
It's somewhere. It's Spain or Portugal.
Yeah,
I think.
one of those.
I know Spain has an extra work month. I kind of forgot what it was, but I think they accrue extra vacation days for that every year that they just give them. So it's like they're working. Yeah, it's like they're working an extra month, but it's their vacation.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, they also have siesta time too, so
Yeah.
maybe they're doing something right.
They just take a nap.
Yeah.
Middle of the day.
Time, what's that?
They literally just take a nap.
A bunch of places like close in the middle of like the afternoon, literally for like nap time, or just like a break, and then they come back.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I haven't had nap time since fucking kindergarten, preschool.
But it's like, yeah, there would be, because when I went to Barcelona with some friends a few years ago, we would like needed a snack or something. We were walking around, a bunch of places were closed, and it was like 3.
What the fuck?
But they'll come back like for a few more hours or whatever. But
they take like a couple hour nap.
yeah, it's like 2 hours where a bunch of places.
It's like,
were
what are we
closed.
doing here? Right? It's like, do you work yourself to death and not even have the necessities provided, but with the hope that you'll be filthy rich? Or do you go where you know you'll be fine?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you even get a nap time every day.
Is that nap time paid for?
I don't know.
But if you're
It doesn't even
I
matter.
mean, does it matter?
Yeah,
Like
you're not.
Well,
gonna
I
be-
meant like that would make it even better.
Yeah. my roommate, she's French, and she has said like many times that America has terrible work-life balance. Like, and it's like a known thing that like America has terrible work.
Yeah.
Well, I know in a lot of European countries, it's not normal to start your day so early either. Like most places, they don't even open until like 10 or 11 or something.
I don't know. I don't know. But
I don't know.
I don't
man.
know. I don't know
What
I'm
do we
doing.
know, huh?
We're doing
Just a bunch of retards sitting in a room.
We know that the grass
Or-
is greener
I'm
on the
pretty
other
smart.
side.
Or
of the road.
simpletons.
Yeah, we're doing things wrong here. That's what I know.
You're a smart person in a room with a bunch of simpletons. How does that make you feel?
That I don't know. Is
This-
this a trick question? I was gonna
This
say-
is how you choose to spend your Friday night, huh? Who's a smart one, huh?
You're fired.
Okay. Can I take a pizza and leave?
No.
Yeah.
Did you pay for it?
With my time here.
James did say we were paying her in pizza.
So your time is worth
Pizza. It's pizza time.
3 or 4 slices of Little Caesars.
Yeah, I was about to say
Of
it's
cold,
far
little-
below minimum wage.
cold Little Caesars pizza.
Cold pizza's good.
Yeah.
It do be hitting different.
But it's still Little Caesars at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You don't
how
think
great
Little
could it
Caesars
be?
is good? I'm all about
Mm.
Domino's, actually.
Domino's is supreme. Domino's
Yeah.
is number one. They glowed up the last few years.
I like the little whatever they put on the crust.
Yeah, it's like garlic bread.
Yeah.
Garlic seasonings.
Yeah.
Seasonings.
Domino's is good. A little
And-
pricey though.
Yeah. For sure.
And that's the purpose of life.
Pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah.
I like it. Hey, you can be whatever we want it to be.
I have a
right?
pizza costume.
Are you a slice or a whole pizza?
I'm a slice. And I'm really proud of it because I think it was like a child's large from Target, a child's costume. And I'm really proud of it because there was one year in college where all the girls were dressed up like sexy animals and I was a pizza. And I was like just really proud of myself for being different.
I've never heard.
What did you win?
So
for
you
doing
had a
that?
total Mean Girls moment?
Halloween is a holiday where girls just dress up like sexy animals. I can't remember how it goes.
It's true.
No,
I
they
didn't-
dress up in like their sluttiest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I have no problem with.
I fucking love Mean Girls, man.
I love Halloween.
I didn't win anything. Or did I win something? Maybe, I don't know. I still have it just in case I need to dress up like a food for some reason.
You never know.
You really don't. You never know.
I can
I'm
see
still
why
waiting-
you guys. I
I'm
can
still
see why
waiting
you.
for that day.
I can see why you guys are friends.
Why?
I would not keep a fucking food costume because you never know when you might need it.
What?
You may never know when need to be a big celery.
What?
There's big celery costumes. That wasn't a joke. That was just an observation.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a joke.
You guys looked at me like it was supposed to be funny.
I thought that was the punchline.
No, there was no punchline in that.
Why did you bring that up?
Because you said you never know when you need to be a big pizza.
Oh, thanks for sharing, Andy.
All right.
I think you need nap time, dude.
I think you guys need that. I'm the coherent one here.
I'm sure someone got it. Whoever's watching.
That was no joke in that. I'm saying you never know when you need to be a big celery.
Okay.
Why was celery your choice of food?
I just thought of VeggieTales and then like I don't know.
I think I feel like it not being a joke
Makes it worse.
It's making it worse because then
Yeah.
it's like then what? I don't understand.
I just added to him saying that you never know when you need to be a big pizza.
Okay, dude.
I'm not angry.
Oh, okay.
Put on national anthem.
You watch, Philip. There's going to be a party where they're going to be like, you have to dress up like a food. And
Well,
you're
now
be
he's
like,
gonna make it a fucking thing, probably.
Would you invite me?
No,
Why?
Because
because then you're
I
gonna
don't- have we
expect
ever-
pizza. You're gonna expect pizza.
Did you show up to the last Halloween party?
I probably wasn't invited.
You were definitely invited.
What's your excuse?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Probably COVID.
Did you have a Halloween party last year?
Uh-huh.
Probably COVID then.
Everyone had to wear masks though.
Yeah, I don't think I was.
How
that,
convenient.
maybe I
Caitlin.
just didn't trust. I was nervous.
Wow.
For the record, we did not get COVID from that party.
Yeah, that's right.
We didn't get COVID till December.
You got COVID because Andy spreads his legs for every man at the gym.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, who would have thought?
Yeah, I was just
Fucking
living
whore.
I was just living my life, dude.
And look at what you did.
We don't slut shame on this podcast.
Slut shame.
Listen,
fine.
you're gonna
Except
meet a
if it's
girl.
Andy.
You're gonna meet a girl who's also just living her life. And you're gonna wake up with some bumps on your on your junk.
Genital warts.
Oh my gosh.
Not me. I always stay strapped.
Oh, I don't think we've never been drunk together. We've never really like drank together. Which is interesting.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Dang. Maybe 2021 will be the year.
Oh my god.
Let's make it tonight.
Uh,
I gotta take my mom to breakfast tomorrow morning.
aw.
Sorry.
Yeah, maybe.
What do you got tomorrow morning? Job interview?
Yeah.
Wait. You have a job interview on a Saturday?
Yeah.
Bro, they're gonna work you like a dog. Like a dog.
They're already taking your Saturdays, bro.
I don't write the rules.
I've never heard of that.
It's okay. If I get
Is
the
that
job,
normal?
if I get the job, we'll have some good stock.
Have you like looked up or heard to hear if people like working there?
Yeah,
Some
like the
people do.
Glassdoor reviews.
Some people don't. They do work you pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something like if you have that on your resume, it's a good thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People know that if you work there, you're not gonna get paid as well as other places, but you could move, wherever through that industry. So
Interesting. What are you hoping to get out of it? Just something you write on your resume?
no, I want to be an engineer.
Cool.
Work on some gnarly stuff, and then see where I go from there.
Cowabunga, dude.
If it happens, but
What are you gonna wear? 3-piece suit?
A celery costume.
dude, he told me, he's like, don't wear a suit. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I wasn't gonna wear a suit anyway.
Welcome to STEM, brother.
Yeah.
Show up like fucking Step Brothers. The tuxedo.
Well, now the suits seem kind of fucked up. No, but I went shopping. I bought some stuff, some casual stuff
Oh.
that I'm gonna return after because they're expensive.
Really? You're
Well,
just gonna hide the tag?
The pants.
You go to Nordstrom's, huh?
Nordstrom Rack. Yeah.
Really?
Have you guys been in Nordstrom Rack?
Bro,
I fucking
yes,
love
I've been in
Nordstrom's
Nordstrom
Rack,
Me
dude.
too. They got some good shit.
I would just like to point out Nordstrom Rack is
Swear.
very different than Nordstrom.
Yeah, definitely, yes. That's where I got these fucking shorts from.
Really?
Dude, they got some good fucking style clothing and
Yes,
stuff,
sir.
and it's cheap, right? Than what it used to be. It's all clearance, but I recommend it.
Still gonna return it though.
Yeah, because even though the pants were clearance, they're still expensive.
I respect it, man.
Thanks. I gotta take care of my finances.
Yeah.
I got no income at the moment.
Blackjack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Except for that, but that's not stable.
yeah, I think Andy learned that this week.
'Cause I was up and now I'm down, but guess what? It's the only way's up.
Down but not out.
Hopefully.
He's a
We'll see.
trooper.
But yeah. Anyways.
Well, all right, friends. Are we ready to
Yeah,
wrap
let's
this
wrap
up?
this mug up.
Okay. Well, Caitlin, like always, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
You always have a spot in the studio, just so you know.
Thank you.
With that, friends, I'm signing off. And remember, only you can prevent forest fires. Don't let the man get you down. And we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.
Me? Thanks so much for having me on again.
What was that?
I heard that so clearly.
Sound like a squirrel.
That was fucking Andy with his little slippery tongue over there.
Like, ew.
He's a slippery snake.
Sorry, go ahead.
Thanks to James for the pizza, for feeding me to be able to join today. And just to all of you, thanks for listening. I'm sorry that I ramble so much. I'm probably going to listen back to this and think,
All we do is ramble.
please
We
shut
literally-
up.
They're probably going to enjoy the break from our voices.
Yeah, we literally talk.
That's what I was thinking
Also,
too.
I do have to say that the video, the Drunk Love video on YouTube has the most views on YouTube. And I'm just really proud of that. So that's all.
Shout out. Hey,
I was fucked up.
I
I was fucked up that episode, but
We know.
I held the drunk part down for sure.
Yes, you did. So anyways, just, yeah, thanks for listening, and
What is that? An
Tell-
iPhone fucking 5? What the hell?
rude. It's a 6S.
Oh, sorry.
It's
I know,
6S.
I
Are we
need-
on 12?
I saw the one
There's a
camera
lot-
lens. I was like, what?
There's a lot of hate
They still
in
make
this
those?
room. Yeah, I like it's small. I like that it's smaller. I know I need a new phone. It's been glitching out on me lately.
yeah, no wonder.
Anyways,
Wonder why.
tell your friends and family you love them, and just keep trying your best. That's all.
Wow.
Awesome. Yes, thank you for coming on. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the reoccurring, and thank you for the new. We appreciate each and every download and listen that we get. It does not matter if it's 1. It matters if it's 0. We don't like that. But thank you. We appreciate it. Even though we don't say it all the time. But salute thee. God bless your mother. We'll see you night. Good night, America.
Can I say one thing before you close it out?
Affirmative.
To our one person that commented on the
On Instagram?
what episode was it? No.
5G zombies.
5G Zombies on YouTube.
Oh, someone commented?
You didn't see it?
No.
Oh, I sent the screenshot of the comment in the group chat.
What?
This fucking guy. But someone did comment. It was kind of against what we had said in the episode.
Which is which is okay.
Yeah, which is fine. It's perfectly fine. I'm cool with it. The only thing I have to say to that one person, if you got this far in this episode, is next time just give us a little facts. You know, you can't just sprout your opinion and expect people to run with it if you don't have any facts behind it. But with that, I'm not saying your opinion's wrong. You just have nothing to prove that it's right.
Oh my gosh! I think you should welcome any engagement.
It's
on
neutral.
Your
Honestly,
I
dude,
am.
shout out, man.
I am.
Shout out to the guy who commented. I don't know if he wants his handle out there.
I
but
have no idea who this guy
Hell
is.
yeah.
But I applaud that guy. Thank you.
He said,
Yeah.
anyways.
But at
be
the
smart
same
and be
time-
safe.
At the same time, if you put your opinion on the internet, I feel like you should back it up a little. Like, we put ourselves on the internet. James
Hey.
spent a lot of time in that episode
Yeah, I
putting
did
some facts
I
out.
did a lot of research. I didn't just go to YouTube University.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. But thank you to that one guy. We appreciate you. We hope to get more comments. Positive, negative. We don't give a shit.
Honestly.
No, he's gonna
But
hack us.
I just wanted to say thank you to that one guy.
Dang. I did not. I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I missed that. Hell yeah. Yeah, thanks again, Caitlin, for coming. To all future guests, don't expect pizza. You have to be here at least 4 times.
Dang.
That being said, once in, always in. Thank you for joining the circle.
Bye.
Bye.